Yo! Video games.
What up, dudes? We are here with a very special episode of Hope Hospital or whatever. No.
Hope Hospital, yes.
Yeah, no, we're doing a Yo Video Games live, and because I wanted to do, everyone obviously wanted to do bingo, and then Nintendo finally came out today, on Pride Month, and, I'm sorry.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month. I just realized what I was saying. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll have to throw that in there. Yeah, Nintendo would not do that.
He didn't mean to do it.
Well, good for them. No,
Nintendo fucks other companies all the time.
That's true. If anything, they're Poly.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna do our E3 bingo cards. We're gonna try to do what we can. I'm just gonna preface this with Nintendo, hopefully Microsoft, hopefully third party, because Sony's not at E3, and the only really thing they'll have is at Jeff's show on the 10th. And Jeff shows with everybody, so it's like Sony will have a trailer or two. So we're not really gonna do a bingo card for
them.
Yeah, for Sony, since they're not fucking there. If Sony announces like a state of play for like say Friday the 11th, maybe I'll make a bingo card after. But yeah, before we do that though, what I'm gonna do is we're also gonna record this for the podcast, so people can just listen to it on any of the podcast stations. I guess that's what they're called, stations, websites. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, podcast apps.
What's up, Ravelda?
Whatever you want.
4040 baby.
Hey.
So for people on the podcast, you might hear me shouting out subs, and I apologize for that. But what I'm going to do is
recording them.
Yeah, Andrew's going to start recording, and then we'll go into the normal podcast intro, and then we'll just go from there. So
rolling.
What up, dudes, and welcome back to the Yo Video Games podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Andrew.
And once again, thank you to all our generous patrons who've kept us completely ad-free.
Yeah, if you're interested in becoming a patron at any level, please check out patreon.com/YoVideogamespodcast. Dude of the week is Imperious Mex.
Thank you, Imperious Mex. He's been around, I think, since the beginning almost, or if not, probably the beginning.
I think he's been since the very beginning.
I think he's a day one. I think Imperious Mex is a day one dude, and I've met him at Evo numerous times.
Oh yeah, no, and he also runs the Yo Video Games Discord.
Oh, he runs it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's responsible.
It's him and like Chris. So
Mm-hmm.
anyone who's ever mad at the Yo Video Games Discord, just get mad at Chris. Chris specifically, every time he'll appreciate it. Tell him I sent you.
So,
That motherfucker.
anyways, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this bingo podcast here. I think what I should do is have some, just Mario music going in the background, just like really low key. Yeah, just to keep that going for you all.
For people listening at home, or in your car, or at work when you should be working, but I'll never tell.
What's up, Yzma Kaboom? Hell yeah, baby.
We are live streaming this episode of the podcast right now, and also recording. We're giving it a shot. We know we've talked about it in the past.
Yep.
We're finally seeing if it'll work or if it sucks.
What's up, Sigma Prime?
So, if you're hearing shout-outs, we're not all in a room without you. Although that would be very funny.
Yeah, it would be. Hold on.
Oh, even I can call him out.
You
I'm
probably
on
could.
KB.
Yeah, I'm on KB. KBBB, baby. So we're gonna start with Nintendo, just because it's me and it's easy for me. But the thing is, it's like with Nintendo, they're always so tight-lipped and tight-assed that like it's always a bingo card. Well, it's always a bingo guess with these people because you never know what they're gonna do because they don't play their cards to their chest. They put their cards in their chest hair. Just grind it all up in there and just leave it there.
The thing is, I feel like Xbox is probably going to be the easiest to call.
Maybe there was someone.
They only have like 8 things.
Oh, I know. Well, someone was saying that a bunch of stuff that people probably want to see from them won't be at E3 because it's too early, and I'm like, why?
Well, as long as like Senua's Saga
He said that one's a
Hellblade 2.
yeah. He's like that one's a maybe, and then he said like Fable and Perfect Dark are probably not. And I'm like, no.
Those are the big three for me. Although I think
Big three for me too,
what's
yeah.
the Bethesda game? Starfield?
Yeah, apparently that is
Starfield.
going to be there.
Well, hasn't that been like it's been 3 years since they announced that? It better be there. What are they doing? Although I gotta be honest, I am kind of interested in that. I don't really remember a ton about it. I remember when we first heard about it, I was like, oh, I'm in.
You know, it's kind of funny because it's going to be a long time before Mass Effect 4 gets around to being out, you know? So, honestly...
But Andromeda was such a hit.
Yeah. Okay, so I recently just started playing Mass Effect for the first time. I bought the Legendary Edition.
Oh, hell yeah.
And someone also said to me, you know something? Their faces were always bad. I kind of feel like Andromeda maybe got a little too much shit. Like, it was glitchy.
Oh, yeah, no, they've always been bad.
Yeah, it's don't get me wrong. I get the glitches in Andromeda. What's up, Richards? But their facial animation is always this horrific fucking animatronic look. Like, they've always been bad.
Always blotchy and looks diseased.
Yeah, like it's always been bad. I don't understand.
BioWare has never been good at faces.
Right, like the alien faces are fine because they're alien and you have no reference point. But you know, when you see Keith David look like some weird wax museum animatronic, it's like, ugh, this is terrible looking.
Yeah, first of all, how dare you fuck up Keith David? Okay.
Like Saints Row 4 did just fine with him. Granted, it was more stylized, but
yeah, the only downside to Saints Row 4 is you couldn't seduce Keith David.
I was very upset about that. You can't seduce him in Mass Effect either. There's some weird thing. He does not want to have digital snoo.
He doesn't want to be out here getting fucked. And that's the problem for me.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, to me, I'm just kind of like, well, you know, their faces and animations, they kind of genuinely, they look bad in this game, so I'm like, I don't understand why people are upset with Andromeda. It feels like this feels like the norm for BioWare from what I've seen.
The thing is, I think there was like a shift probably in the last 5 years or so when games really got mainstream. And this is I don't know if we've talked about this before, but like games became more and more mainstream from when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like you used to not be able to talk about you could talk about Pokemon cards, but you couldn't talk about like video games at school because like you'd either get made fun of or nobody would know what you're talking about. And like in the last 5 years, it's become even more mainstream to where like I think maybe people expected way more from Andromeda.
Maybe that's a good point, yeah, because like video games started to take off when the first game
started to really
came.
have true blockbusters.
Yeah,
where, like,
when the first Mass Effect, and apparently the first Mass Effect didn't even sell all that great. It was only like 1.5 million or something.
Because the second one is far better.
Right.
The first Mass Effect is fine. It has a lot of great ideas, and it's like it's enough to make you like, oh yeah. The second one is where it really takes off, and like they get celebrities, if I remember correctly, and
well, one does have great ideas, and Martin Sheen and stuff like that. One has great ideas, and I think the idea and stuff in the game is actually pretty fantastic because it's like the ultimate Star Trek sim, but it's like but as far as like, it's just sort of like a clunky, janky third-person shooter with stats. And from what I understand, it gets way better as far as controls in the second game.
I mean, far and away, the second game is just... I mean, it is at least 2 times better made than the first one.
I am anticipating that.
And again, you get some pretty good voice acting in the second one. In the first one, everything's just got a little bit of a rough edge. Like everything, even the voice acting.
I know it's a little off topic. I'm going to continue it because I had this exact conversation with Max where I was like, I kind of had this weird epiphany beating because I beat the first game already. It's very short actually if you don't do anything extra. And that is, in a JRPG, everything's overacted to hell. Everything is like this world-ending, way overacted, over screechy, over everything, right? And then you get to like a Western RPG, and then these people are on fucking antidepressants or something, like too many or something. Like, I hid behind these crates when the attack started. I didn't know what else to do. I like to take naps behind them, and so I'd hope nobody would come and find me. Unless next thing I knew, everyone was gone and the aliens had attacked.
La di da di da di da. Yeah, no, it's not. great in the first
so
game.
like like nobody has like a sense of urgency, like a little bit sometimes they do, but like the sense of urgency to the situations going on are sort of like pretty mild reactions from most people, especially NPCs.
When you start the second game, it's so leaps and bounds better than the first game. And again, I liked the first game. The second game is so leaps and bounds better than the first game that you're gonna be like, why didn't they do this the first time?
I'm actually looking forward to that actually, but that is
and in the second one is when the villain like starts to be interesting. I might be misremembering.
Saren in the first game was not really that interesting to me at all.
He's got kind of an interesting, again, idea. There's an interesting idea behind Saren, but he's not like rounded out.
Yeah.
In the second one, you start to get like there's a little bit of mystery, and you're kind of figuring
things out. Yeah.
It's interesting. The third one, I for some reason don't remember a ton about the third one. It's polished, but I can't remember much of the story in the third one.
I'd probably better that way because nobody likes how it ended, anyways.
Yeah, I know that. Well, I remember the ending, I think, but for some reason I can't remember a ton about the third one, and that's weird because. But to be fair, I played the second one multiple times. The third one I only played once. Again, because by the time the third one came out, there were so many new games constantly coming out.
Sure, yeah.
That like,
because that was like
had to
2011, 2010, something like that.
Yeah, and then like right after that is when I stopped playing games for that like 3 or 4 year period.
Yeah.
I missed out on so much good stuff. I still haven't caught up.
Well, let's get to this Nintendo bingo then. I'm putting in the free space, which is
Smash.
N3, a Smash Ball, because like Nintendo didn't come out and say it, but it's like I feel like if anything's gonna be, I mean, I thought about putting the Switch Pro in there, but I feel like if anything's guaranteed tomorrow, or I'm sorry, 2 weeks from now, or less than 2 weeks, it's a Smash character reveal, right? They're winding down. There's 2 left. They got to be done by the end of the year. It's kind of like guaranteed that E3 you're going to see a Smash character reveal, right? They'll probably open it with a Smash character or end it, or do what they did in 2019 and do both, open and end it.
And side note on that, do you really think this is the last character? Or the last two characters?
Well, Sakurai recently had a post in Famitsu where he was like reaffirming, like, yeah, he's done. And he's retiring his column in Famitsu. He's probably going to I'd hope go on a vacation.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know if they do that.
It might actually be the last 2 for this game, and then when they have a brand new system, have 4 or 5 years later, then they'll talk. You know, then talks will come up about making a new Smash game. I think it's I think it's crazy that they would stop. When you look at Rainbow Six Siege, it's been going on for like 6 years. You look at Fortnite, you look at a lot of some of these other games that have.
Well, it's just like Nintendo.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
It's an easy win.
It's an easy win. Like they've sold 25 million copies of this game, and it's still selling, and it's still getting people excited. Like they don't have any reason to stop making characters. Like even if they had to stop doing third parties, and it had to be just first party characters for money reasons, there's still a billion Nintendo characters they could put in there that people would get excited about and happy to see. And they could just keep adding them. They just keep doing it. There's really no reason to stop. I'm not going to get into predictions on what character it'll be, just because it's sort of like a talking point. Everyone's talked to death about it.
You'll just never win. Like, it'll always, someone's going to be mad at you.
Yeah, someone's going to be mad, whatever. But free space, I'm saying, is Smash character. So I think now we should talk. Now we should dig into, I guess, other characters, or other predictions. I always try to go like safe, super safe, and then lean into the insanity late. So expectations right now are like, I'm gonna put a Zelda logo here, and maybe I'll just be.
It's a gimme.
Maybe
Breath of the Wild 2's got to be a thing.
Yeah, and if it's not Breath of the Wild 2, they're definitely going to talk about Skyward Sword HD there. So this is going to be a giant gimme. Where do I put it? Where do you go? You go. I know where I'm going to put you. Yeah. Personally, I really do think Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be there. I do think it is.
The thing is it has to be at this point. I feel like it has to be.
Yeah. And I'm sticking that in I2, so...
You're going for a diagonal win?
A little bit of a diagonal right there, just like...
You're going for a diagonal win, you son of a bitch.
Well, here's the thing. I try to make these bingo cards as hard as possible. Like, I actually don't like making them easy. And I've actually yet to get a bingo in any of these bingo cards of my own, just because I always try to make it super hard. Like, it's got... Like, that victory has to be earned. So you always lose to Steve, who just goes for it. I actually
goes all easy.
You know, I don't know if I've ever seen Steve make a bingo card, but
because he doesn't like bingo.
Well, this is not a prediction card. This is a bingo card. You're not supposed to predict the winner in a bingo. You're supposed to, like, you know, get it off of sheer dumb luck.
Yeah, hold on to your butts. Hope.
Yeah. The next game, I think
I feel like I don't know a bunch about Nintendo stuff right now.
What's up, Angel Lorio? Simmons, behold! Bingo! Yes, bingo is the name. Oh god, I'm not saying that all out loud. Gosh, I wish I could just get the V for this. I'm gonna say Shin Megami Tensei 5. Because it was supposed to be out some point this summer. I don't know what happened to that, COVID or something. But I do think this is probably going to show up because it was an exclusive for the system announced like in 2017, and they only like reaffirmed it existed last year. So I think it's going to have some presence at the show. There's also the fact that, like, again, Japan's console game industry is like dead and dying, and Shin Megami Tensei is going to be like one of the few big gets, because other than the Switch is the only thing selling in Japan in a console space right now. Like the PS4,
I wonder why.
I mean, PS4 not really doing it for them. Sony's not giving them any PS5s.
Well, the PS4 also. There's another thing that people don't consider with this, and I know this is it's anecdotal and unfounded, I guess. It's just my own observation, but PS4, PlayStation doesn't seem like a Japanese console anymore.
No,
like
right?
It's very much Americanized, and I think that causes a backlash from Japanese gamers.
It causes a backlash from American gamers, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah, but like they view like Japanese console or Japanese hardware as superior, and so now that there's like a connotation that it's an American piece of hardware, it's somehow not good anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might just be a dumb observation. Probably is a dumb observation, but it is.
Well, they've never really taken to any Westerns. I think they never liked any of the Xbox stuff.
No, and Dreamcast didn't do well in Japan either, right?
No.
And Dreamcast was perceived as a Western.
Like, console. I mean, it was a Sega console, but it was in a weird place where it's like, in Japan, the Saturn was doing fine. So them rushing to launch a new system, they're like, why? Our system's doing just why are you doing this? And it's like, oh, because it died in America. And they're like, and Japan was probably like, well, who cares? Like, I don't want to buy a new console because America couldn't get their act together.
Yeah, we're just the largest market.
And yeah, it had a Microsoft CE, whatever. It had like Microsoft OS on the Dreamcast as well and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's sad too because the Dreamcast was so good.
It was great. It was also just one of the coolest looking consoles.
I like everything about it. You know, here's the funny thing is that like I've already seen people sort of like jumping in with like stuff like Mario Kart 9 and whatever, and I'm like, guys, we got to think really boring, really disappointing. Like this is like the stuff that like you either don't want to hear about, or
so Switch Pro's not going to be there, is what you're saying?
No. Well, I'm saying for the safe predictions, it's stuff you don't want to hear about, or stuff you're fine with but you don't really care about. Oh, that reminds me. We gotta put this not stinker, like this thing in there. I forgot. Pokemon. Yeah.
Pokemon.
I gotta get your Pikachu.
Oh, did you hear about that kid? His dog got parvo, and
what?
so he.
What the hell is that?
It's like a virus that attacks the immune system of a dog, and if they haven't been like vaccinated to it, like 10% of dogs survive it. It's like a 10% survival rate.
That doesn't look very good. But
I don't know. I thought it looked kind of cool. But yeah, so this kid, like 9 years old or something, finds out that his dog has parvo. Because there's some stuff you can do for it. But there's not really a lot you could do for it. Just make the dog comfortable. Without hesitation, this kid just goes out and opens like a lemonade stand or something to sell his most valuable Pokemon cards.
That shit is worth so much money now.
Yeah, and so he starts raising money and he's selling cards, and I guess Neighborhood found out about it. They raised like $5,000, and then Nintendo found out about it and sent him an entire collection of rare Pokemon cards to make up for what he had to sell. It's like,
and those cards they sent him were probably worth more.
More, yeah, probably. I mean, but like, there's like a selflessness that children have that adults don't have. Like they did. I bet you that kid didn't even think for a minute of what he was losing. He was like, "Oh yeah, dog's sick, so I'm just gonna sell these things that are apparently worth money." This collection that I love, but no, I'm gonna save my dog.
Well, I mean, your dog's more important than a Pokemon card. I mean,
Right.
I'm sure someone in chat disagrees with that, but I disagree with you preemptively.
Excuse me, if Doug got sick, I would sell all my things. I'd sell my camera.
So you name your dog Doug.
Yeah. He's a Doug. You look at him, it's fucking Doug.
DMCA.
When you introduced me, I almost sang Peter Gabriel. I was like, you'd be so pissed.
You should have called him Pork Chop then if you were going to call him Doug. Whatever.
Fuck no. It's Doug. I'm not naming him after Doug the show. His name's just Doug.
Okay, so I think we could probably do a couple more safe bets. So the thing with Zelda and with Pokemon is that there are 2 Zelda games in development and 2 Pokemon games in development. And I don't know if I want to count... I don't want to waste 2 slots for the same franchise if I can.
There's a definite, like, a safe bet is like Splatoon. You're gonna see something from Splatoon.
I'm gonna put it on there, but I actually don't think Splatoon 3 is that safe of a bet.
You don't think they're gonna show something from it?
I think they may not. I think it might be one of those weird things where like they've announced it, but they're not going to do an update at E3. They'll save the update for later in the year or early next year. I actually think that might happen.
Okay.
Weirdly enough.
Part of me is like, isn't Splatoon 3 one of their biggest franchises?
I mean, it's definitely it is a big franchise, yes. And it's huge in Japan. Whoa, big in Japan. I'm sorry, Initial D took over.
Big in Japan.
I always thought that was weird that Initial D had a song called that, when I'm like, doesn't that have a sort of, not safe for work connotation?
I mean, not everything's about dicks, but they should be.
In my world,
rocket ships.
In my world, it's hard to get away from it. I'm just gonna put it down there. Forget it.
I wonder how many listeners we have, viewers right now, who just like the first episode they ever listened to, like they just happened to catch us on one of our more safe for work episodes, and then.
The next episode, like why do they have all this dick talk?
Why are they talking about dicks so much? It's Pride Month. That's why we're talking about dicks.
I mean, well, Pride Month, you can talk about anything.
I know, but like, as far as I know, most of our following that are LGBTQ.
I should have gone with this. I'm sorry, Andrew. Hold on. I just found a really cool Splatoon 3 logo with the trans flag colors.
Rule 34, isn't it?
No.
Oh, with the trans flag colors.
Yeah.
Happy Pride.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess we could do a poll of like. That'd be a weird poll. There's no way to do that without looking weird. Like, hey, LGBTQ followers,
We don't need to like. Nah.
What? Tell me what you are. What do you dig on?
I like that.
Yeah.
Actually, I actually like that more than the official colors. Actually, because the official ones is just yellow.
Yeah, because this is more 80s as fuck, and that's why I like it.
That's true.
I wanted to ask Kenny where he got those 80s as hell shorts.
Oh my god, yeah, you saw them?
Oh yeah, I want them. I want them bad. Like, I know that I have the quarantine 15, and so I can't pull off the short shorts again like I did in Luxembourg. But you know what this summer is? It's a 1980s short high sock summer, boys. That's what it is. Don't take my word for it though. It's just tank tops, short shorts, tube socks, tennis shoes. We're all about it.
Mm-hmm.
Be beautiful. Like, I'm talking about the short shorts where if you sit down wrong, your balls pop. You know what I mean? Like, you're just scarring children left and right. The 80s. You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Maybe that was more 70s. Like, late 70s, early 80s scar children because they're just seeing everybody's balls everywhere. Like, a kid doesn't need that.
Alright. What's another safe bet there?
I gotta like find a list of all the games on dock for Nintendo because I feel like, again,
I don't want to dip my toe into like rumor land just yet. Oh,
no, that's fair. The thing is that like most of the games I'm looking forward to right now, because I'm all PC right now, is like Xbox games because I know they're also gonna be on PC. So you got that Hellblade.
What's up, Red Hood?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't want to quite get into Rumorland just yet, but
Mario Golf.
I mean, it's coming out right like after the show. I don't know if they'll waste any time on it, but they might.
They might do some gameplay of it. Hype it up a little bit.
Yeah, they might definitely do some gameplay at Treehouse for it. That's what I'm thinking. So, okay, so those are like super safe bets, right? Let's go into less safe bets, and we'll start with Bayonetta 3. I do think
This is games only.
Yeah.
You're not going to put, like,
I'm debating
Switch Pro on there. That's a safe bet.
I mean, should we? We probably should, right? I don't know.
It's a safe bet. I'm just saying, you could get bingo. You put that in that bottom right corner. I
mean,
think it's a safe bet.
I could get bingo easy if I wanted to, but that would be boring. We don't want it. We don't want to get an easy bingo. We want a hard bingo.
Yeah, you like it hard.
Yep.
Dirty, dirty slut.
I mean, this just who likes it flaccid? What's up, Buffalo King?
But not priests, though. I'm allowed to say that. I'm Catholic.
Oh my god, that guy's reply on Twitter to whatever he said, I was just like, I hated how much I laughed at it.
So dark.
It was so dark, but it was still kind of funny.
I made a joke kind of like that when I was in like 7th grade, and someone gave me some real shit, and because I was a turd at the time, my response was flippant. You know, like when someone's like, "Hey, that's that could be you could be talking to someone who's been molested," and I was like, "Look, I'm Catholic. I'm higher than average, probably going to be
higher than average." Oh.
And I thought that was a really funny, like, thing to say at the time.
Jesus.
You know, 7th grader saying like, "I'm above average, likely." Then you grow up and you're like, "God, this piece of shit."
One of those like, man. Well, I mean, that's the thing is, I think a lot of people, I almost don't trust anyone who says they've never said something they regretted or never done something they regretted. I'm like, I mean, if you've lived life at all, like, you probably have regrets. You probably said something you shouldn't have.
Yeah, anybody who is like who can't look back at a time in their life and be like, I was a real piece of shit. You're still a piece of shit.
You
can't.
You might still be a piece of shit if you don't think you've ever been a piece of shit.
I think about things I've said on this podcast a year ago, and I'm like, God damn it. Just,
Except for Iwata. Well, okay, not necessarily bad, but Iwata did famously say during the GameCube era, users do not want to play games online. Like, he said that, as Xbox Live and PSN were getting going, and Iwata was like, our data, what we've discovered is users do not want to play video games online. I'm like,
So he wasn't a genius. He was just, fairly smart. He's wrong sometimes.
Yeah,
Then
sometimes
again,
you're
the Wii
wrong. The Wii U, like.
We use perfect example. I mean,
That's
he
not
made the Wii U and
necessarily
copied it.
That's not necessarily like it's not a shitty thing to say. But it was definitely like bet on the wrong horse there. His data was from Japan. Of course it was. You think he'd listen to any survey taken in America seriously? No.
But also, even in Japan, they were playing the shit out of multiplayer games. Like, it was just different types of multiplayer games.
And again, like Monster Hunter took off and it's a multiplayer game, but they took off because people are just on those trains all the time. Like, I know. I know, I get it. It's like, oh man, yeah, you're elbow to elbow sometimes, so...
and now you know why they wear masks when they're sick, because you are literally cuddling up on a person.
Oh yeah, like I avoided the rush hour trains. I mean, I was told to, and there was one day where I was like, I needed to get on one of the main lines, and it was close to rush hour. It was like at the tail end of rush hour, and I saw it, and I just went, nah, nah. I just stepped back because they come every like 6 minutes or something like that, like a porn star.
That was a good one.
So it's like, yeah, like, oh, like, wait 5 minutes, the next train will be here. I'm like, yeah, it's going to the same place, I'll just wait.
Thing about trains, right? They always go to the same place.
Right? It was like, it's not like they're, yeah. They have express ones, which are pretty cool, because like, they have ones that are like, we only go to like 3 stops, so if you want to go to the front, middle, or end of the line, wait, we come around every 15 minutes or something.
Hell yeah.
Those go fast. Like you hold on, hold on to your butts when you get onto those ones. Okay,
I'm sorry. When did you pop DK on there? Is that a safe bet or is that a?
No, we're getting into like heavily rumored right now. So
like what we want to be there?
No, This is not my. Well, I want this, but like this is not.
He doesn't want that.
This is not Dream Daddy era yet. But there's a big rumor that DK is getting a new game by the EPD Tokyo people. The Mario Odyssey team is doing a DK game. So it's a big rumor, and no one's really sure if it's 2D or 3D or whatever. But if it shows up and it's definitely a Tokyo-made Donkey Kong game, hey, then you get it. That's an O2.
But who will do the music?
Yeah, that is an excellent question, because they did do Jungle Beat. I don't know who did the music for that game, but it's like DK without David Wise or Grant Kirkhope is weird. Hey, what's up, Enderwiz? Because like they had, I forget, I think the Metroid composer did Donkey Kong Country Returns, and it was fine, but it was all just remixes of the first Donkey Kong Country game, so it wasn't. Not a lot of it stood out too much. Some of it was still good, but it wasn't like super memorable, like Tropical Freeze was or something.
Which one was that one?
Returns. Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii.
I was just being a dick. He said super memorable, and I was like, oh, which one was that one?
Yeah, right.
See what I did there?
Yeah, remember me.
Right.
You know what? I think I am going to put Genshin Impact on here. Someone brought that up. It's a really good point, because that's supposed to be on the Wii. To my knowledge, it didn't come out yet.
On the Wii, huh?
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, Switch. Look, what have you done to me? What have you done to me, Janu? What's up? I heard Switch Pro has a 3080 Ti. You heard wrong. Oh, I know the Kappa face. Should I do that or should I do that? I'll do the little weeby face. Oh my god.
I'm gonna try and get a 3080 Ti, since I'll never get...
I heard like they're handing out tickets outside of Best Buys for it in like the morning.
What?
Yeah. Like at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow? They're handing out like tickets at Best Buys.
What the fuck?
What? What? Why confused?
Because I'm working tomorrow, so I can't.
Well, I mean, you can still try to get it online. You won't.
I won't. Yeah. Damn it. Maybe my brother can go and get it.
Anyone have any idea what this music is? I'm putting Genshin Impact on there. Okay, so like, what's like heavily rumored? Ooh, that's a good one. World Ends With You too. Yeah. Because that's about to come out, right? The World Ends with You, whatever. Like, I know it's getting a sequel. I just don't care. I mean, I enjoyed
we're well outside the games I know about now.
I enjoyed the first one of this on the DS, but I wasn't head over heels in love with it, if that makes sense.
Ooh. That's kind of a cool.
Where do I want to put it? I'm gonna put it here. God, Mario Galaxy music is so good. Nobody can really tell what this is once I shrink it, though, unfortunately. Whatever, it's World Ends With You. The true fans know.
The true fans. How many true fans does The World Ends With You have?
Plenty. It's a game about being a teenager in Shibuya in modern day Japan. Of course, it has fans. What's up? 500 more. You just subbed, Jeno. Now you give me 500 biddies. Fall Guys for Switch. Well, they already announced it. Is it out? I think Fall Guys on Switch is out. Is it not out?
I don't know. I do not know. I'm gonna just find out right now.
Coming summer. It got pushed.
So there'll be a little something. Oh yeah, it's delayed indefinitely on Switch and Xbox, according to Engadget.
Fuck, I don't know. Probably in the montage.
Fall Guys won't be coming to Nintendo Switch and Xbox this summer after all. Mediatonic is delaying the release of the charming Battle Royale on those consoles. It didn't say when it expects those versions to make their way into the world, but it explained why it's pushing them back. Because Epic Games bought Mediatonic, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, and it says it right here in this article. Epic Games bought Mediatonic last month.
Everyone wants me to put Triangle Strategy, but Triangle Strategy just got like a 15-minute thing at the February Direct. Do you really think they're going to spend more time on it already? Triangle Strategy is not even coming out this year. I will put Triangle Strategy on here if you guys really want, but I'm telling you right now, it's probably not going to... It might show up at a Square Enix event, but I don't think it's going to be a Nintendo's event. They already gave it a bunch of... press. Alright, this is on you guys. This is that strategy RPG looking game.
So if he doesn't get bingo this year, it's your fucking fault.
Logo. I spelled that all wrong.
These are all first-party games?
No. There's a couple. World Ends With You, Triangle Strategy, No More Heroes, and Shin Megami are third-party, and technically Genshin Impact, and someone just gave me more biddies.
So I was gonna say...
100 biddies from Video 1990X.
So you're probably gonna get, like, some Square Enix games on there.
The Triangle Strategy and World Ends With You is Square, technically, but I think you're probably referring to, like, big name, you know.
Yeah, like Life is Strange and... I don't know. There's a new Final Fantasy coming out, right?
On Nintendo?
Let me look that up.
16's coming out someday.
Yeah, 16's coming out.
Not on Switch, I can tell you that, probably.
Probably
not
on Switch.
It's a PS5 exclusive, I think. I think Sony Money headed that one.
Yeah, but isn't there another one?
Probably.
Yeah, here we go. Final Fantasy Origin. So I'm looking at IGN now, and I don't know what that's worth, but Final Fantasy Origin is the far-rumored to be an action RPG spin-off by Neo developer Team Ninja. Well, then it probably still won't be on Switch.
Probably still won't be on Switch.
But Life is Strange could run on a Switch for sure.
Yeah? Yeah, isn't it? Is it already on Switch? Is it not? Is it not?
I actually don't know.
Ooh,
But, like, this is a new one.
You guys are gonna hate me for this, but I'm putting it on here anyways because it's probably gonna happen. It's gonna be part of the presentation. Guys, I'm sorry to do this to you. Oh my god, that is way too high res. Sorry. Chill out. Oh my god, never mind. Can't tell that. Hold up. Give me something good. No, way too much. There we go. You guys are gonna hate me for this one, but it'll be there. We have an unprecedented partnership with EA, who are bringing FIFA 21.
Oh, FIFA. Oh,
ooh, more biddies. My goodness. Ultra Chibi. Just beat Xenoblade 2 recently. Fun stuff. Thoughts on Gears Remake using HD Engine? They're not going to do it. Square's not going to do a Gears Remake because the people who make Gears form their own company and they're doing well. So who's going to do it? That's the one thing I don't think a lot of people are taking into account when everyone asks for why aren't they making Gears? Why aren't they making Gears? Because the people who created it and wrote it and had everything to do with it left the company, formed their own company. Their own company's doing well. So who at Square is going to go in there and be like, hey, I'll take up this very exceedingly personally written project, spearhead project, and I'm going to do a remake without any input whatsoever from that person who's still in the industry and doing just fine on their own now. No. It's like, let me rip that Band-Aid off, chat. Like, Square's not going to do it. And that game didn't sell all that great anyways. They're not gonna sit there and go like, oh yeah, this 1.2 million selling game on the PlayStation, we really need to bring it back. I mean, we are long overdue for Mario Kart, but why would Nintendo bring out a Mario Kart 9 when the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still the best-selling game on the system?
Because all those people who bought 8 will still buy 9.
They will still buy 9, and they'll still buy 9 on the next system, whenever that comes, but...
Fair.
I think 8 Deluxe's sales would have needed to slip heavily for them to go, it's time for 9.
8 Deluxe is also just really good.
It is really good, yeah.
You don't even want to follow that up.
So, I'll get in a little bit of into Dream caliber here. I'm going to put... Come on. Work with me here. Wow. Put this in for all y'all. This could be anything, which I've said over and over again. Okay, Prime 4 definitely not showing up, but
you want that hope. You want to believe. Space Jam remake game. That's what's gonna be there.
Oh my
sure.
Oh my god! Have you ever played the Space Jam video game? That game is terrible.
Yeah, I remember it being very bad.
Yeah, it's
the remake game is going to be like really good.
Ass in a can. Oh, like
it's
with
NBA
LeBron.
2K. How great would it be if it was like a Blitz version of like NBA 2K? Like you just had like a cartoony Looney Tunes version of that shit. That'd be great.
I'm going to put. Yeah, I'll do it. I'm gonna do it. We'll do it, chat. This is for me.
You just want to believe?
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to believe that this will be a thing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I apologize for that ad. Leslie Jones going nuts. Where can I get a good... yeah, good enough.
I'm on edge of my seat waiting.
Rodrick, what's up? You know what it is. Everyone knows what it is. Put those, if you're in the chat right now, put the Batista emotes up.
Monoliths.
Yep. There are rumors that this is actually going to show up though, so it's not as in the impossibility category like some other stuff like Chrono Trigger.
That's why you're
remake.
putting it as the fourth in your
G4. Oh crap! I have a diagonal. I didn't realize that.
You have a diagonal. No, you can't touch it now. You placed it. Now you're gonna win, and everybody's gonna think you did that on purpose. Everyone's gonna think you set it up easy.
Don't like that. I don't know if I like that.
That's such a dick. He set this up on purpose.
No. We're gonna put it up here. Nah, we're gonna put that up there.
No.
0-1. Yeah, that felt too easy. Felt too easy to me. I don't know. Yeah, it just bugged me.
If you were a real man, you'd have Splatoon 2 and G4. Splatoon 3. Here's a me game. Oh, so Nintendo has a survey going around today. I don't know if you saw some online survey where they were asking, how likely would you be to buy a WarioWare game on the Switch for $50, and how likely would you be to buy a Brain Age game on the Switch for $30? Which is interesting that they're asking specific price points, which kind of makes me believe the games already kind of exist, maybe, and they're just seeing how much they can gouge you for. They're just trying to figure out what they can sell it for.
Yeah. Like, what will people buy it on this for? And I think they're probably correct in the sense that I don't think anyone's going to pay more than $30 for a Brain Age game. And Wario...
What exactly would a WarioWare game be worth?
Yeah.
WarioWare wasn't there was another WarioWare
There's a
game,
bunch of them, actually. They usually all have some gimmick around them. WarioWare Twisted, WarioWare Shake, WarioWare whatever.
Okay, I remember Twisted, I think. I really did not realize they had a bunch of them.
Yeah, 50, a lot of them are portable.
$50?
50 seems kind of steep for a WarioWare game. I'll be honest.
Yeah, the last one that I remember was on DS, right?
Might have been, yeah.
Maybe.
WarioWare Touched, and then there was the
maybe
Wii
it was
one.
Touched. Yeah, I remember Touched, then not Twisted.
WarioWare Gold was the last one. Oh yeah, it was like a compilation. That's right, I remember that. Yeah, WarioWare is like a $20 to $30 game. I honestly, personally speaking, I just like. It's not that they're bad, but it's just like you're playing these mini games for 3 seconds each, and you're just seeing how long you can last. I don't know. Like,
yeah, it's just like Wario versions of Mario Party.
Yeah,
right?
but 3 second long versions. So to me, it's kind of like it's a hard sell at 50. But some people paid $60 for 1-2 Switch, or was it 50?
It was. I think it was $50. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people paid $50 for 1-2 Switch. Andrew.
Yeah. No. I mean, a bunch of idiots. Those people are. We had a good time with that on.
We
stream.
did have a good time with that. You guys should all check out. If you haven't, go to youtube.com/YoVideogames and check out the 1-2 Switch game compilation.
We had some.
We were milking cows, throwing controllers, looking like idiots.
I don't regret.
Oh no,
that purchase.
Max didn't get it day one. That was not Max's copy.
Yeah, it was me. I bought it day one. I bought it because I knew we would all stream it together.
Yeah, and we did.
And was it worth that money?
No.
No. But I had a good time, so I guess that's how I'll measure it.
All right, so what's one more like heavily rumored game? Well, let's just put Final Fantasy anything in there. I'll just put the Final Fantasy logo in there. I heard, yeah, I think Al was saying there was a rumor about some stuff. Final Fantasy. Andrew, what's the best Final Fantasy game? Go.
Oof.
Oh.
I know a lot of people would want me to say 7, but you know which one I had the most fun playing?
Yeah, for real. Which one did you have the most fun playing?
Fucking Crystal Chronicles.
Hey, there you go. I think you'll find fans. I think you're not going to be alone on that.
I enjoyed that, and then there was like a Crystal Chronicles for DS, I think, that I really loved. I played the hell out of that. It's like me and Rodney played that.
Yeah.
And that wasn't like particularly like amazing of a game, but I played so much of it. Must have beat it like a dozen times. I don't. Nah, 4 or 5 times. God.
Okay, so now
Yeah, Crystal Chronicles.
I think okay, so there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Go a couple more rumors. I think the top 5 is what I usually say. Like a few more rumors, and then top 5 this, and then see what we got. I'm trying to think of what else has been like heavily rumored. There's a Kirby rumor. Is there really a Kirby rumor? I have not heard.
That wouldn't surprise me,
It
though.
wouldn't surprise me, but it feels like is it hardly a rumor? They pump that shit like on the regular with Kirby. It feels like.
From 20, I was like, Kirby Rumor Switch E3. Kirby for Nintendo Switch, official game trail. I was like, holy shit. That's 2017, guys.
It's always like Nintendo never stops making Kirby games. Like, what the hell else does HAL Laboratories do? Like, are you kidding? Zelda Maker? I don't think they're ever gonna do a Zelda Maker just because frankly it's a little difficult to like balance test that. Where do I want a Kirby to go? Like Koibi. We gotta get that Koibi. He'll go right here.
Oh, yeah, put her right in the group. Middle of the group right there.
Yep, Koibi. Kirby, 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 come on. Kirby, Kirby, Kirby. It's the name of the song. Upcoming Kirby Switch game is supposed to be a revamp of the series. What? A Kirby 99 game. Ha. What else is heavily rumored by Nintendo? You know what? We didn't actually ever put a Pro in here, did we?
We did not.
As you know,
Pro.
I am pro. Like a good old Itagaki quote. The hell would I put it though? Guess I'd put it down here, wouldn't I? Huh? Pro seems like such a obvious pick though, right? Pro. Pro, baby. Now here's the thing. If the Switch Pro does get announced tomorrow, it will be disqualified off of this. This is about the announcement of the system. Because if it gets shown off tomorrow, then obviously they're going to be showing games on the Pro at E3. But this is on the bet that they're not going to reveal the system until E3, until Tuesday the 15th. So that's the way I look at it here. This is not a guarantee.
Then it's not a safe bet. Yeah.
Yeah. Would a reveal just be Shadow Drop tomorrow? I mean, Nintendo does whatever they want. Like they beat to their own drums so much that it's like, yeah, it could happen. And I would not be that shocked if tomorrow morning they're just like, hey, all of a sudden Nintendo just uploaded a Switch Pro trailer. Like, hey, we have a new system coming. It's going to be impossible to get. Good luck.
Chip shortage.
Yeah.
Welcome to Scalper Town.
Okay, I do like how some people are bringing up the Nintendo Switch Online, maybe putting Game Boy games or N64 games. I swear I do this every single time for Nintendo's Direct, and it never happens. It sucks.
You just want to hope.
And honestly, I'd be fine with either, but it sucks that like they just never seem to need to commit to putting like, you know, like a few months go by and they're like, here's this obscure Nintendo or Super NES game from a dead company that we didn't have to pay any rights to. Congrats, goodbye. Like, we don't want to update the Nintendo Switch Online. And the reason why you're not getting a lot of classic games on the Nintendo Switch Online service is because most of these companies want to resell them at full market value, or in collections. That's why Nintendo isn't able to put all these big third-party games on the Nintendo or Super Nintendo on the Switch because these other companies want to sell them themselves. So greed kind of ruining things for everyone once again. Yeah, Nintendo's not gonna invest that much in it. It sucks. It sucks, but like them dems the breaks. I don't know why Mario RPG's not in there, because it's not like Square can sell that on their own. So I don't know why Nintendo doesn't just be like, just give it to me, you prick. It's just. Anyways, what's a really boring third-party game announcement that'll just kind of make you groan? That you know what? I know what I'm gonna put on here.
Not third party, but Nintendogs would make me upset.
That is true. That is a good point. Maybe, and this could go. I'm gonna say this could go either way. Let's put the ye old sex pest up here.
Jared?
No, Ubisoft. Crap, this is a bad one. Oh, I gotta get rid of it. Let's see here. Let's put them up there. Let's get. Yeah, let's throw them up here. Maybe there's another Ubisoft Nintendo collaboration in the works, in the brewing.
Finally gonna get a Prince of Persia game.
Well, the remake is
On
supposed to be
Switch.
happening, but like that.
Yeah, but is it gonna be on Switch?
It is. But I'm going to say that for Ubisoft, this is a collaboration game. This is like Mario Rabbids or a Star Fox in Starlink or whatever. Like another.
Rabbids was good.
Yeah, another Ubisoft connection, maybe. Maybe. So, okay, so we've only got 5 left now. Now we're moving firmly into Dreamland now. So, since we're in Dreamland, I'm gonna put up the game everyone wants, but no one will ever get, because there's no good ideas. If someone had a good idea for what to do with this game, Nintendo would have made a new game for it. But no one has a good idea for it, so therefore it is doomed to obscurity. And that is F-Zero.
Oh, I mean, F-Zero is like the easiest one to have a good idea for.
No, that's what Nintendo has said. Like, multiple people at Nintendo have said, like, it just needs a good idea to come back. It won't come back till they have a good idea.
Yeah, but the thing is like, oh, I don't want to make a new Mario Kart game, but...
Yeah, well, F-Zero doesn't sell 30 million copies.
Show me a moves. See, now that's the trick. You do F-Zero, you're playing as Captain Falcon, and then your boss battles actually happen on the cars you're driving. You jump out, and it's Smash. You're fighting each other.
I love
you get
this.
back in the cars,
I know you're just like kind of just like spitballing a joke here, but I would love that so much.
That would be sick. I don't know why.
If Platinum was doing something like that, and you had like some like serious combat abilities. Fenrir McManus, 3 years strong.
I would love that.
I would unironically love this shit out of that. Or if you could get into like actual combat.
Yeah, you're racing, and then you get into these little like tussles.
Yeah,
be amazing.
It's like hockey games. You're playing the hockey game, but then you just want to get into a fight.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And at the end, when Captain Falcon smiles, he's missing teeth.
You get like a Street Fighter 2 portrait where he's all like just completely mushed, like just like his face has just been just creamed.
Falcon, oof.
Okay, we got 4 more Dreamlands.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night re-released on Switch.
Sony's got some weird exclusivity locked up on that, and I don't know why. It's so dumb. I don't know.
It just seems like the Switch is the perfect place to put 2D games.
Right? Fire Emblem? Okay, I'll put Fire Emblem. Okay, I'm sorry, but you motherfuckers have been feasting for so long. You really think you guys should get another fucking Fire Emblem game already? Like,
You're gonna.
I'm sorry.
Probably.
I mean, you probably will, but it's like, really, man, fuck you guys. You guys are always feasting. I'm gonna starve if I don't get another Fire Emblem game.
I want to pat my girlfriend's head.
No, your students. They don't. It's not just your girlfriend anymore. It's your girlfriend and your student.
I just want to inappropriately touch my pupils.
Yep. People get mad at me when I say that, but I'm like, Fire Emblem Three Houses is a grooming simulator. It is like, well, no, because you're like almost the same age as your students. I'm like, that doesn't fucking matter. That's not the definition of grooming, asshole.
There's a lot of people who don't like finding out that they were doing grooming behaviors, even if they weren't intentionally grooming people.
Yep.
The behavior's the behavior.
Yeah. It's a power play. It's not necessarily about age.
If anyone's ever said you're like really mature for your age, that's a red flag. That's a paddling.
That's a paddling.
You know, they haven't technically done anything inappropriate, but like that's a big red flag. Oh man.
Isn't Smash an honorary Fire Emblem at this point? No Sonic? Well, I mean, they just announced everything they're doing with Sonic, and yeah, Colors is happening. We're in Dreamland, sir. We're not in like what's already known and announced and coming out. Like, we're in Dreamland. The Hollow Knight, they specifically said they are not talking about Silksong at E3 anywhere. So, to that. Oh, Mother 3. That's a good one. The good one. Yeah.
Never gonna happen.
Never.
Is that what you never
Mother
want
3.
to happen?
Oh no, Nintendo will never localize Mother 3. There's some.
Twin Snakes re-release.
Ooh. Okay. Just because I want that.
Yeah. Twin Snakes re-release. Put it somewhere you don't expect to get a bingo. I'm thinking 03.
I would. You know what? God, I would love a Twin Snakes release. I wish they would put like the Metal Gear HD collection with Twin Snakes HD on the Switch. That'd be baller.
It'd be amazing.
That'd be. But yeah, like Mother 3, that is not happening. There's some really questionable, problematic stuff in Mother 3 and Nintendo. I don't know how they'd get around it. They'd have to just redo sprites and story elements, and then people would be like, you'd be whining and bitching about nothing. Oh my god, my music ended.
My dog's peeing on the pee pad. 1 second.
Ooh, congrats.
Good boy, Doug.
Good boy.
Oh, Doug, you beautiful son of a bitch.
There you go.
Peeing where you're supposed to pee.
Oh, he's such a good boy.
At just
Oh, this guy.
8 weeks old. Good
This
boy.
got taken down. Boo.
Oh, and he's getting treats. He's getting treats for it. Huh? I pee and I don't pee all over the place. I don't get treats.
So we got like 2 more Dreamlanders up here. WarioWare and Rhythm Heaven? I don't know. After that survey today, WarioWare sounds like it's probably happening.
I mean, that's a pretty big hint.
Yeah.
That's like
that Nintendo's
the
asking.
yes, no, maybe of
Yeah.
games. Just hypothetically, would you ever want to go on a date? Yes, no, maybe.
Hypothetically.
I mean, you're just so mature for your age.
Oh, God. You know, I've never been in...
Grooming you. Nintendo's grooming you to buy Wario.
Yeah. Alright, Golden Sun. Golden Sun is...
What about like a Kid Icarus? That'd be a cool fucking.
So do we do
thing to
do we do
start
gold?
making
Do we do Kid Icarus or Pikmin 4 for the last Dream one?
out. I mean, I'd rather a Kid Icarus game.
Okay. So
Like Pikmin. Cool.
Golden Sun is not happening, and I can tell you why. And that's because Camelot is only made up of about 45 people, and that's just not enough people to make a full-fledged console RPG in this day and age. It just isn't enough. They can barely fart out a Mario Golf game in 3 years, or 2 years. You know, every 2 years.
They're trying.
And they're trying. They are trying. So it's like, and those games sell in the millions. So there's really zero incentive for Nintendo to ask for a new Golden Sun by a company that has to make one game at a time, slowly. And it can't be a very big game. It has to be like a golf or a tennis game. What's up, Thirsty Tripod? Bingo time.
Oh. Hey, Thirsty Tripod. Long time no see. That's college. How's things going? You got a girlfriend? Huh?
Wow.
Is she mature for her age?
Where did you
Kidding.
Where did you hear this? God, this music's so good.
Where did I hear what?
Like, was she mature for your age? Like that's slang.
Oh, I don't know. That's something I spot out as like, if someone says someone's being groomed, I always think of like dudes who say that shit.
Like Floridian
Like a
sen-
30, like
the
a
Floridian
30-year-old
senator.
Yeah. Like a 30-year-old dude dating like a 19-year-old woman.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Being like, oh, she's so mature for her. Well, Seinfeld's like 50, dating a 19. Like, fuck, that guy's a whole different level.
A whole different level.
But it's always some shit. It's like, what do you have in common? Like, when you were getting laid for the first time, that lady wasn't even a twinkle in her father's eye.
Yeah. God, did you ever see that interview with I think it was at Comic-Con with Kevin Smith, and that I think I showed you that 12-year-old girl.
Dead. Yeah, I fucked her.
Yeah, like she comes up and asks Kevin Smith a question about one of his first movies, and Kevin Smith is just kind of like, "Wait, how old are you?" And she's like, "I'm 12." She's like 12 or 16 or like something like 13. I think 13 or something. He's like 13. He's like, "You were cum when we made that movie."
Maybe not something you say to a 13-year-old, but all right.
He was like, "You were cum."
Everybody's problematic.
But I mean, like, she'd seen all his movies, so it's kind of like she's way beyond the point of, like, you know, both not knowing or being offended by that.
Fair, look, I'm not a parent. I'm not going to judge.
He was just, like, so shocked that, like, a kid was asking about one of his first movies he made in the 90s.
God damn. Granted, actually, I think I saw Clerks. When I was, like, 10.
I was an adult when I saw it. I had actually already had a retail job, so it was even better for me.
Yeah, because I got the 10-year reunion, or the 10-year release that had like all the cartoon and the like commentary track and all that shit on there.
Yeah. I think left to right is going to diagonal bingo. It could. It could. But that's double Square Enix. Breath of the Wild 2, and if they waste time on Mario Golf. That's probably the most solid bingo, yeah. Diagonal left to right. I almost want to rearrange shit because of that.
Don't do it.
Okay, so here's our bingo. Going left to right across the top. Mario Golf, Mother 3, a FIFA 21 announcement, Pokemon, which will likely be there. Diamond and Pearl will almost for sure be there. Our Legends is probably going to be there, or maybe talked about briefly. And a new Monolith Soft game, which is my big give me what I want. Show me my Batistas. Second row down across, Fire Emblem, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. Skyward Sword feels like such a gimme. I'm just going to say that's Breath of the Wild 2. That's Breath of the Wild 2 logo anyways. Metroid anything, an Ubisoft collaboration game, or a new Donkey Kong game.
Not gonna happen.
I don't think the chances are too good for getting all of that on the second row. Third row across, Neo Worlds Ends With You, Kirby, a new Kirby game, a Smash character announcement, Bayonetta 3, and Golden Sun. Golden Sun basically destroys that entire third row.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Fourth row is Nintendo Switch Online adds a new system. Genshin Impact finally gets shown for the Switch. A new F-Zero game. Well, there goes that row. Final Fantasy remakes of any sort. And No More Heroes 3. Again, F-Zero just torpedoes that whole row. And then the last row, the fifth row across, Shin Megami Tensei 5. Switch Pro does not get announced before E3, but it gets announced at E3. Splatoon 3, a new Kid Icarus, and Project Triangle Strategy, which I do believe Kid Icarus kills that row. Probably.
Yeah, there's no way they're gonna have another Kid Icarus.
Yeah, because
Shit ain't happening.
Sakurai made that with an independent development team that's long disbanded for the 3DS, so this is not happening.
You said I get to have a dream one.
Swap F-Zero and Project Triangle Strategy to make it harder. Pac-Man fan! Pro kills the
Wearing
last
my
of Us
hat.
since the direct to software only. See, Caleb, I'm gonna be real with you here. People take like statements like that way too literally, because there have been many years. They were different this year, but there have been many years where Nintendo says, we are going to have an E3 Direct on this day. We will only be talking about software releasing in 2020 or 2019, whatever year it is. And they always have a trailer for a game after that date. Always do. So I would never take everything at face value, because the thing is, companies lie to you all the time. Sometimes for fun, and like in a case like this, it'd be for fun. But
Yeah, they want to make money.
they're lying to you 24/7. There is not a point in history in which any of these game corporations are telling the truth.
Yeah, I bet you think strippers like you too.
So that's our E3 bingo card for Nintendo. Do you want to like try to jump into Microsoft, or do you want to like just wrap it at that? How you feeling?
I'm gonna say let's
Say
let's
what?
make a couple general picks, like not necessarily bingo, and then because we'll be able to do one more bingo card before E3.
Yes.
But if you want to finish out the episode at least with just discussing a couple of like, what do you think is the most obvious, definitely
Card?
going to be at E3 for any of the systems? Like,
Okay.
what do you think is like the
Number one most guaranteed game to be shown off at E3. I would bet my fucking life savings on it. Halo Infinite.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was
Like
there's
it,
no way
it,
Halo
it was
is-
supposed to be last November, and it got pushed and pushed, and now it's this fall, and it's Xbox's big game. I would bet my life savings on Halo Infinite being shown at E3 this year. That's 100%.
I mean, same Microsoft, like Starfield is probably definitely.
I
gonna
think
be shown.
Starfield is a
Very likely,
75%,
but not.
75% chance likely to show up.
And obviously, Elden Ring is gonna finally be there.
No, it won't. No, Elden Ring will not show up. There'll be like
Elden Ring we're
there'll be
never
like,
seeing
we
again.
were going to show it, but we wanted to make sure that we got some lines correct, so we're just waiting on the updated script by George R.R. Martin. And then once we've got the updated script, we'll have the actors say the lines, and then we'll have a new trailer for you.
The game's done. It's just the script of they haven't finished writing.
Like how Nico's like, yeah, Halo Infinite will be there, and it'll somehow look worse.
Oh no, Halo Infinite's gonna be all polished and beautiful. Watch. It's
Well,
gonna be like mind-boggling.
It was a little, to me, it was a little scary when Halo Infinite director and like art leads and design leads left right after the game got that big delay. That's when I was kind of like, what the fuck happened to this project?
Yeah, what do you mean? What's scary about the entire creative team leaving
What's scary about that happening?
in the last 10 yards, basically?
And then
it's like the whole team
yeah,
quits.
and a lot of people, the people who left were saying like they were doing the ye old putting the track before the train, where they were making a new engine to run the game on, but they were making the new engine while making the game at the same time, so they didn't even know if shit was actually going to, if the software was going to plug into the engine. So, and this happens way too much in game development, but you would think with fucking Halo of all things, this would be the one game that Microsoft would not want to do that on. As JP,
They just want to hurt me, because I still actually kind of like.
so
Halo.
Joker saying hi to you.
Oh hey.
Andrew, been a minute, just saying hey, best to Elise. From Sajoka.
Thank you. Hey, good to hear from you. Yeah, no, I mean, Halo is still a series that I like. I wouldn't say I would buy a system for Halo, but like,
If it was really
I
good,
still like it. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be like top notch again. I think there's just not. Halo, when it first came out, was something kind of special. Halo 2 especially kind of like nailed something, you know, kind of like just like multiplayer shooter. It just kind of like did it right.
yeah.
I don't think you're going to hit it anymore like that, because it's just been so overdone in the last.
I honestly feel like, and people are gonna hate me, but I'm like, Call of Duty came and kind of ate Halo's lunch after 3. I feel
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, if Halo did a battle royale mode, that'd be kind of cool, I guess. But then it's still years behind the ball on that.
Yeah.
I don't see how Halo's going to evolve, and do something. I don't think it's going to be bad. Like, it's not that I think
I don't
like,
think
all
Infinite.
Halo's bad.
Yeah, and I don't think Infinite's going to be. I think Halo Infinite will probably be just a fine first-person shooter. May even be great, but it's got a little bit of an uphill battle just because of the optics and the delays
and the fact that like it's just an old series. Like the IP's getting stale.
Yeah. And I think I think they wanted to shake it up. It sounds like they wanted to shake it up with Infinite, but it's like it was like, we know we needed to change it and shake it up, but what are we gonna do? We'll figure it out as we go. Great.
No plan. They should call JJ. Find out, JJ Abrams can tell them the importance of a plan.
Right?
Just saying. As for like Elden Ring though, never being a thing, I wonder because we haven't really heard anything about it. I wonder if that's actually going to be a thing. Like Elden Ring's just dead and nobody wants to say it.
No, I guess
that would bum me out.
I don't think Elden Ring's dead. I think they're just waiting on George R.R. Martin to finish his writing part. At any minute now, any day now. It's coming. Don't worry.
You know what game like we just haven't heard about? What happened to that pirate ship fighting game?
Skulls and Bones?
Skull and Bones. Yes. What happened to that? I have a T-shirt from them. From
you have the Oh my god! So they said it's not coming out this fiscal year, so it'll be sometime after April next year, whenever it comes out. They're not saying officially, but like everyone's saying it's been canceled and restarted like multiple times internally.
Well, yeah, because I remember at E3 people just being like, "What do you mean you can't get off your ship?"
Exactly. Wait, you can't walk around as the captain? No. And everyone was like, "Why?" To me, it was just kind of like, yeah, it's pretty obvious what happened here. Like, everyone said the exact same. Because, like, you would have these ship battles, and the ship, you'd ground another ship or blow its sails off. So you go to board, you have a raiding party, get ready, and your ship comes up next to the ship you just demolished.
And the raiding party goes, and you just sit there.
And the raiding party goes, and you just watch them go and swashbuckle, and you do nothing. You just sit there with a thumb up your butt in your hand and your dick in your hand. And I'm like, nobody wanted that. Everyone wanted to go and fucking swashbuckle.
Well, some people want that.
Well, sure.
Am I right? Okay. Self-prostate exams. Can a thumb go deep enough? I have long thumb. Anyway.
I mean, after that VR experience at that last E3, definitely.
Oh, man. On that note, well, then we'll wrap up the episode of the podcast. I guess you might keep going with your bingo card, with your different bingo cards, but...
Yeah, is there any bingo cards in particular you want to be on? Particular, like Microsoft or third party or anything? Like, save it?
I mean, I feel like Microsoft's going to be an easy one because there's only so many that they really have. Like, you could just really...
It's going to be a lot of third party.
They're going to have so many third party, and, like, obviously... We already called out what Bethesda and their first
I don't know. Maybe someone can confirm for me. Has Microsoft publicly stated how long their show is? I need to.
Oh, 15 minutes. 15 minutes. They want to be in and out.
Has anyone? I know they tweeted it, so I know it's on their Twitter.
Twitter.
That they said they have a time, but I don't know if they've. Okay. All right. So Nerdy Fast is okay. All right, I didn't want to say it in case it hadn't gone public yet, but they have a 90-minute show.
So 45 minutes of it is going to be
Halo Infinite. Yeah, like you got 30 minutes of Halo Infinite gameplay.
Orchestrated Halo music, done by Hans Zimmer and
Trent Reznor.
And LeBron James is going to lead you through the first 45 minutes in the Microsoft Theater, and they're going to spend all sorts of money on everything except the games we want to see.
Yeah, we got all the Lakers here down here, and they're all playing Gears behind me. Isn't that cool?
Oh, okay.
Are you gonna
LeBron? What do you think about the first hour? You played it. We're not going to show it, but LeBron, tell us what you think. Oh, that shit was sick. Great, thanks, LeBron.
I hate the fact that it's not even parody at this point. It's not even sarcasm. It's not even parody. Like this happens, and we've watched it happen.
It's more likely that like LeBron James would actually try to talk about the game, and they'd keep shutting him down. He has his finger on the pulse of what gamers want more than like they'll bring out like fucking iced tea, and he'll be more interested in talking about games than they are.
Yeah.
Because he actually plays them. Fuck.
Valve right. Bingo card, do it. It's blank. Free space, nothing.
Oh, Valve Bingo card.
Valve doesn't even have a game show, do they? And if they do, it's just about Steam announcements.
No, they don't. But didn't they announce like Valve has a game coming or something like that recently?
I mean, does that mean anything? That's like saying the Rapture's coming.
They're just making so much money off Steam, they don't care anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like I know they had a VR game come out last year, but it's like that was like the first game in like 20 years or something.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's the PC gaming show. I know about that.
And they sponsor that.
An Ubisoft bingo card. Yeah, they have an event, but it's like bingo card's hard because like how many spaces are on a bingo card? Like 25, right? Like
yeah, 25.
So here's the problem: Ubisoft is not going to have.
Yeah.
They're not going to have 25 things that they announce. See, what works with these first-party companies is that they'll have third-party announcements at first-party shows, so you can easily fit 25 on that. But it's like you can't do for one third-party publisher. It's like nobody publishes 25 games a year. Nobody announces 25 games a year. Like Activision makes one game a year now. Every single studio that's not with Blizzard is making Call of Duty. That's it.
So sad.
That is it. No more Crashes, no more Tony Hawks, nothing. Just you make Call of Duty or you work at Blizzard.
You make Call of Duty or you don't work in this industry. That's a Bobby Kotick fact.
Well, that's definitely like feels like an American fact at this point. What do you do? I make video games. Well, yeah, where you live? In America. Oh, yeah? What do you work on? Well, Call of Duty, same as everyone else.
We're a Call of Duty house. Alright, as always, we got some patrons to thank. Oh, any final thoughts?
I'm actually pretty excited for Nintendo's E3 this year. I think they may have some legit good stuff, because I think Breath of the Wild 2, if we get to see that, that'll be great. Bayonetta 3, you get to see that, that'd be great. New Donkey Kong, great. Monolith Soft, my dick hard. I mean, the only thing, like, for sure that we're going to see from Nintendo that I don't care about is Pokemon. Like, they'll show new Pokemon stuff, I won't care. But other than that, it's like, I'm at least mildly interested in most of the rumors. Otherwise, on there, like, yeah,
I think it's just going to be an interesting E3 this year. For one, we're actually going to see whether or not E3 survives it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. All right. Well, Dude of the Week was Imperious Max.
Thank you, Imperious.
Thanks, Max. And our patrons, our producers for this episode are Barkon345, Scrunami, Top 35, Hyper Viper 89, Hockey Kong 64, LCL Mayhem, Ziggy Z, and Miles XVS. Thank you, dudes, and we will catch you next time.